Oke. Ya, would you please silakan presentasi in the class. The topic material chapter H about definition paragraph. Member group Hengki Fajar Nur Cahya, Lutfia Amelia Lestari, Muhammad Sarif Rahmat, Nisrina Anggraini, and then Nurholis Rahmawati. Okay, please, presentation in the class.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Would like to say thank you for coming in my presentation. It's great to see you all. Let me introduce myself and my partner. I am Lutfia and my partner is Mr. Sharif, Mr. Hengki, Mrs. Rina, Mrs. Nurholis. We are from Group X. In this opportunity, I would like to present English. In this presentation, we will discuss about definition paragraph. All right, let's start the presentation. Right. First, we'll be read by Mr. Sharif. Mr. Sharif.
Okay. Context of this chapter. Organization, structure, a positive, adjective, clauses, complex sentences with adjective clauses, subject, pronoun, always, and that, object, pronouns, warm, we, that, and no pronoun. Clauses between review, reading, assignment. Organization.
Assignment. Itu artinya tugas, bukan segmen, salah. Segment. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Organization, definition, and explanation of the meaning of a word. Rest, it's a statement that defines a word.
Statement.
Yeah. A statement that defines a word. Verse 8. A statement that describes what something is. Definition paragraph. The definition paragraph is a definition tense that is expanded into a paragraph. A paragraph that precisely explains what something is or how it look or work. It is purpose aids. This tip of paragraph as per the question. What do you mean? This kind of question asks you to define or explain something for or purposes. We will simple call them definition paragraph. Next, my sister or brother.
The second will be read by Mr. Henki.
Yes. Model definition paragraph. Cor correct. Correct is the quality of being brave when you are facing something that is dangerous or that you fear. For example, I saw leader who goes into battle so correct. A paramedic who crashed into a collapsed building to help an injured person also so correct. However, you don't have to be a soldier or a paramedic to be courageous. You can display courage in everyday situation too. For instance, I see person who is afraid of speaking in public so correct when he or she gives a speech at school or at work. A, a teenager who resists peer pressure to smoke, drink, or three drugs so correct. To give another example, my friend Angela, who is 3 feet of flying, recently took her first airplane flight. As she while kid on the plane, she was trembling with fear, but she didn't give in to her fright. To me, Angela and entering such airplane was is was is brave is a soldier entering battle. One way to read the topic sentence of a definition paragraph is to give three pieces of information. Number one, the word of thing you will define of explain the topic. Number two, the live category or group to which the word of thing belongs. Number three, The distinguishing characteristic that make is different from other members of the category. Next. Train person concept. The underground railroad was correct is causal. The underground railroad was a script system. Train person concept. The underground railroad was category or group as a script system distinguishing characteristic that help salvage escape from that south to problem is the north during the meal. Correct is the quality of being brave when you are facing something that is dangerous or that your fate. Casual Friday refers to the custom of office workers wearing casual clothes to work on Friday. In the supporting stances, add details that explain the topic more completely. The supporting stances may give additional facts helping you what, where, when, how, or why, and explanation or a process, examples, or a description. In the concluding stance, you will tell why the topic is important, interesting, or unique. Next, Nisrina Pramudita.
Topic sentence for definition paragraph. A dictator is a ruler who has all the power in a country. An optimist is an example who show to others that with attitude everything can be achieved. A good friend is a person who supports you in good time and bad time. An ideal spouse is a person who seems to be in the family. This is a game of strategy. That game is between two people with mobile pieces that are placed on a board. Next, sentence structure. In this section, you will learn to write appositive and adjective clauses. Appositive are nouns that rename other nouns, and adjective clauses are another kind of dependent clause. The ability to use appositive and adjective clauses is the mark of mature writing style. As you write the model paragraph, look for sentences that contain the word who, which, and that underline the clauses that begin with this word. Next, Utvia Melialstari.
Appositives. Appositives are nouns or nouns phrases that rename a bracketting noun or non-classroom. Number 1. They set up a special table on which they display 7 foods with names beginning with the letter in Farsi, the language of Ireland. 2. There, people celebrate the end of the farming season by lighting bonfire. Large outdoor fires to keep away bad spirits who make appear in the night.
Large, bukan lerge. Salah tadi bacanya. Large. Bukan lerge ya. Large outdoors.
Large outdoors
Yes. Good job.
fires to keep away bad spirits who make appear in the night. Why bad spirits who make appear in sentence war Farsi and the language of iron are the something. In sentence 2, bonfires and large outdoor fires are the something. The language of run and large outdoor fires are oppositives. Oppositives are very actually in writing definition because the give the reader more information.
Rider, bukan reader. Salah. Rider.
The rider more information about your topic counseling.
Information, bukan information. Salah.
Information about your topic counseling with
Concisely.
concisely with a lot of
Without tanpa artinya. Without a lot of
extra words. A positive can be
positivist.
a positivist can be necessary information necessary information or extra information. Consider this sentence. My friend Tip got married last week. Next. In this sentence, Tim is a positive because Tim and my friend are the same person. Tim is a necessary a positive because it is necessary to in the TV which friend got married. If we need the word tip, we don't know which friend got married. Now consider this sentence. Tim, my friends got married last week. In this sentence, the appositive is my friends. It is extra information because the name Tim already indicative. The person who got married. If we meet my friends, we style now who got married. The fact that he is the writer's friend is not necessary to identify him. It is merely extra information. If there is only one of an item, it is unnecessary to identify info there. So, a positive is of one of a key item are always extra information. Of example, Earth has only 1 month. So any positive of the month in a sentence would be extra information. Similarly, adjective sounds tells stronger, older, and more interesting. Automatically make the following known. One of a kid, the moon, Earth, only natural sunlight orbits are about once a month. The highest mountain in North America, Mount McKinley, is in Alaska. The appositive mount is extra information because it follow the highest, and there can be only on highest. Next, Nurholis.
Comma rule. Use commas to spread and extra information, a positive from the rest of the sentence. Do not use commas if necessary, a positive. Adjective clauses. Adjective clauses are dependent clauses. They are called adjective clauses because, like adjective, they modify nouns and pronouns. They begin with the word whom, which, and that, among or that. These words are called relative pronouns, and adjective clauses are also called relative clauses. An adjective clause joined to an independent clause makes a complex sentence because we ask adjective clause to give more information about noun. They are very useful in writing definition. Latino music, which has many different styles and artists, is becoming increasingly popular in the United States. Like a positive, adjective clauses can be necessary or extra information. Use the same comma rule. Comma rule. Use commas to separate an extra lewat. Use commas to separate and extra information, adjective clauses from the rest of the sentence. Do not use commas with necessary adjective clause. Every culture in the world has special day that people observe with traditional food, custom, and event. In the sentence, the clauses that people observe with traditional food, custom, and event in adjective clauses modifying the noun days. Since it is necessary to identify which days the writer is discussing. The clause in the necessary and commas are not used. That always introduce a necessary clause. Another example of a modern holiday with pagan origin is Halloween, which is on October 31. In this sentence, the clause which is on October 31 is an adjective clause modifying the noun Halloween. The clause is unnecessary to identify Halloween. It merely gives extra information about it. Therefore, commas are used, which, who, and whom introduce extra information clauses. Commas with adjective clauses. Example. Before Christianity existed, the people in Northern and Central Europe worshipped a goddess whom they called Eos. In why Esther, which means Es was the goddess of spring. Next, Muhammad Sharif.
Complex tenses with adjective clauses. We make tenses with adjective clauses by combining two sentences. Esther is named for a pagan goddess. Esther is a Christian holiday. Esther, which is Christian holiday, is named for a pagan goddess. Adjective clause. The clause we is Christian holiday is an adjective clause that modifies the noun. The modified noun is called the antecedent. Here are some important points about adjective clauses. 1. Place an adjective clause after its antecedent and as close to it as possible to avoid confusion. Confusing. He left the car on the street that he had just begun. Did he buy a car or a street? Clear. He left the car that he had just begun on the street. 2. When a relative pronoun is the subject of the adjective clause, make the verb in the clause agree with its antecedent. A teacher who teaches young children needs a lot of patience. Teacher who teach young children need a lot of patience. 3. Don't ask double pronoun. Last night we did reruns of Prime Week X. Ace is my favorite TV show. 4. When you make an addictive clause, whose an appropriate relative pronoun. Next. Subject pronouns who, we, and that. When a relative pronoun is the subject of an adjective clause, choose a subject pronoun who, we, wait, or that. Extra information who, we. Necessary information who or that. Informal this, we, that. Who is used of for people. We, ways is a set for ties. That is us for people, and means icing that for people is informal. Os that in necessary clauses only. Extra information, the noble prices, prices are named for Alfred Nobel. He was a citizen of Sweden. The Nobel prizes are named for Alfred Nobel, who was a citizen of Sweden. Necessary information: Leap Day is a special day. It happiness only every 4 years. Leap Day is a special day with happiness only every 4 years. Leap Day is a special day that happiness only every 4 years. Next. Thank you, Nur Fajar. Miss Rina.
Yes. Adjective clauses, white subject pronouns. Make an adjective clauses from the sentence in parent tense in each of the following pairs. Write it on the line to make a complex sentence. It commas if they are needed. 1. Judaism the main religion. Oldest in the world, West has very strict rules about food. Our Judaism is the oldest major religion in the world. Christ- Christians Christian practice fasting but do not eat certain food during the 6 weeks before Easter. Some Christians practice fasting. Combine the sentence in each of the following parts by making one of them an adjective clauses and joining it to the other sentence. Be careful to put the clauses immediately after the noun. It modify add commas if they are needed. Gautama, Gautama Siddhartha was born about 500 years before Jesus. Gautama Siddhartha started Bhakti. Gautama Siddhartha was born about 500 years before Jesus, who started when the Hindu and Shinto religion are polytheistic. The Hindu and Shinto religion have many gods. The Hindu and Shinto religion of polytheistic form have many gods. Next, object pronouns: whom, what, that, and no pronoun. What the relative pronoun is an object in an adjective clauses. Whose the object pronoun whom, what, or that, or use no pronoun. Extra information, necessary information, people, whom that are informal, things, what and what that. Whom is used the whom is used for people informally, who is used instead of whom. What is used for things, that is used for people and things. As guessing that for people in informal. Yes, that in necessary clauses only. You may omit an object relative pronoun in necessary clauses only. Notice that an object pronoun is placed at the beginning of the adjective clauses before the subject. Next, Nurholis Rahmayanti.
Extra information. Professor Lee is my chemistry teacher. We saw him at the supermarket. Professor Lee, whom we saw at the supermarket, is my chemistry teacher. Usury information. The film was long. We saw it last week. The film which we saw last week was long. The film that we saw last week was long. The film we saw last week was long. Clauses with when. You can begin a clause with when to give more information about the time. Time. Extra information when. Necessary information when. When request a prepositional phrase or the word then. When can begin with both extra and necessary information clauses. Next, Bang Hengki.
Review. These are the important points covered in this chapter. Number 1, a definition, paragraph
Halo, selamat pagi anak-anak. Stop dulu, skip dulu. Coba di slide yang tadi 2 kali slide itu masih ada yang salah. Coba dibaca. Yang bagus yang fase. Tadi perempuan siapa yang baca tadi barusan? Coba mundur slide-nya.
Sebelum ini, Mem.
Coba slide-nya mundur. Mundur slide-nya, coba. Nah ya objek. Nah ya. Yang objek tadi objek. Nah coba diulangin lagi. When the relative pronouns, kata pengganti berarti. Coba diulangi. Yang tadi perempuan siapa tuh?
Oh,
Ya,
baik, ma'am.
ya, Miss Rina, oke. Object pronouns
Dari awal ya, ma'am. Dari objek yang pronouns ya, ma'am.
Yes, okay, good job. Yeah. Wucus, please, silakan.
Baik, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Object pronouns whom, with, that, and no pronoun. When the relative pronoun in an object in an adjective clause cause the object pronoun whom, with, or that, or use no pronoun. Extra information: whom and with. Necessary information: whom, that, and with, that. Whom is used for people informally, who is used instead of whom. What is used for things. That is used for people and things, as using that for people is informal. Use that in necessary clauses only. You may omit an object relative pronoun in necessary clauses only. Notice that an object pronoun is placed at the beginning of the adjective clause before the subject. Sudah, ma'am.
Ya, lanjut aja sampai review, saudara baca. Ya,
Baik, ma'am.
jangan berhenti. Maksudnya ini dijelaskan. Whom, use, people. Oke, next.
Next slide, Neng. Yes.
Yes, okay.
Extra information. Professor Lee is my
Sampai review
semester
ya.
teacher. Take back, ma'am. We saw him at the supermarket. Professor Lee, whom we saw at the supermarket, is my semester teacher. Next, necessary information. The film was long. We saw it last week. The film that we saw last week was long. The film that we saw last week was long. The film we saw last week was long. Clauses with when. You can begin a clause with when to give more information about a time. Extra information, necessary information. When and when. When replaces a prepositional phrase or the word then. When can begin but extra and necessary information clauses. Next. Review. These are the important points covered in the chapter. 1a definition paragraph explain the meaning, the signification of something, the topic. Sentence of a definition paragraph give 3 pieces of information. 1. The topic. 2. The letter category or group. And 3. The distinguishes characteristic. Q and appositive is a noun or noun phrase that renames another noun or noun phrase. Appositive can be either necessary information or restrictive or extra information. Non-restrictive. Extra information, appositive are separated from the rest of the sentence by commas. 3. And adjective clauses is a dependent clauses. The modif tells more about a noun or pronoun. Adjective clauses follow the noun or pronoun the motive. Adjective clauses begin with the word who, whom, what, and that. Among words are called relative pronouns. Use who, what, and the, and that when, the relative pronoun is the subject of its clause. As from, what, that are no pronoun where the relative pronoun is an object in its clause. Adjective clause are either necessary information or extra information. Use commas around
Oke.
information clauses.
Oke. I'm sorry. Di slide 7, coba di slide 7. Coba di slide 7. Ya, terus. Nah, terus. Slide 7. Nah, adjective clauses. Adjective clauses itu yang tadi itu. Nah, ya, oke. Nah, itu make adjective which has very strict rules. Oh, coba sekali lagi Anda baca.
Dari adjective clause with subject pronouns, dari awal.
Ya, dari awal hingga di slide setelahnya, coba.
Oke, ma'am.
Oke, good. Saya lagi menyimaknya sebentar.
Baik, ma'am. A. Make an adjective clause from the sentence in parentheses in each of the following pairs. Write it on the line to make a complex sentence. Add commas if they are needed. One Judaism is the main religion. Oldest in the world, West has very strict rules about food. Judaism is the oldest major religion in the world. Few Christian practice fasting when do not eat certain food during the 6 weeks before Easter. Some Christian practice fasting. B. Combine the sentence in each of the following parts by making one of them an adjective clauses and joining it to the other sentence. Be careful to put the clauses immediately after the noun it at commands if they are needed. One Gautama Siddhartha was born about 500 years before Jesus. Gautama Siddhartha started Buddhism. Gautama Siddhartha was born about 500 years before Jesus, who started Buddhism. The Hindu and Shinto religion are polytheistic. The Hindu and Shinto religion have many goods. The Hindu and Shinto religion are polytheistic whom have many goods. Next. Object pronouns whom, with, the, that, no pronoun. When the relative pronoun is an object in an adjective clause calls the object pronoun whom, with, or that, or use no pronoun. Extra information, necessary information. Whom and whom that, what and what that. Whom is used for people informally, who is used instead of whom. What is used for things, that is used for people and things. Using that for people is informal. Use that in necessary clauses only. You money omit an object relative pronoun in necessary clauses only. Notice that an object pronoun is placed at the beginning of the adjective clauses before the subject. Next, ma'am, atau gimana, ma'am?
Oke, bagus sekali. Coba reviewnya. Ya, saya baru paham di sini. Oke, review. Silakan. Yang lain, cukup. Yang lain, ya. Yang belum baca, silakan.
Oh, baik, ma'am. Mungkin bisa dibaca oleh Lutfi Amelia, ma'am.
Ya, silakan Lutfi ya.
Maaf Rin, tadi jaringannya putus-putus, kenapa ya?
Lanjut baca yang review.
Review. These are the important points covered in this chapter. 1. A definition paragraph explain the meaning and significance of something. The topic sentence of a definition paragraph give their piece of information. 1. The topic. 2. The large category of or group. And 3. The distinguishing characteristic. 2. And a positive is a noun or non-phrase that rename another noun or non-phrase. A positive can be either necessary information, restrictive or extra information, not restrictive extra information. A positive or separate from the rest of the sentence by commas. 3. An adjective clause is a dependent clause that modifies. Tell more about a noun or pronoun. Adjective clauses follow the noun or pronoun they modify. Adjective clauses begin with the word who, whom, with, and that. Among other these words are called relative pronouns, as who, with, and that, when the relative pronoun is the subject of its clause. As from, with, that, or no pronoun when the relative pronoun is an object in this clause. Adjective clauses are either necessary information or extra information, as comes around information clause. Next. Writing excitement. Choose a word, custom, or holiday from your culture that is probably unfamiliar to an outsider. Write a paragraph to describe it and explain its meaning and or significance. Step 2. Private to get ideas. Step 2. Organize organization these ideas by making an outline. Step 3, write the rough draft. Write rough draft and the top of your paper. Focus on assigning good paragraph structure with a topic sentence, supporting sentence, then develop, explain the topic and concluding sentence. 3 to add least one appositive and one adjective clause in your paragraph. Step 4, polish the rough draft. Exchange paper with a classmate and ask him or her to check your rough draft as in peer editing workset, 1 page. Then discuss the compiled workset and decide what can your salt make with a second draft. A self-editing workset or 1 page to check your second draft for grammar, punctuation, and sentence structure. Step 5. Write a final copy, hand in your draft, your second draft, your final copy, and the page containing the 2 editing worksheets. Your teacher might also ask you to have in your pre-writing paper. Next, Mr. Henki. Thank you. Ma'am, sudah selesai.
Ya, good job. Oke, kita beri aplaus. Terima kasih, thank you ya. Ini sangat bagus sekali tadi saya simak. Saya pikir ada kesalahan tadi di slide objektif tadi ya. Ternyata tidak. Saya lihat di handphone, is okay, no problem. Oke, today learn English, the topic apa ya? Sebentar, saya tadi dibuka. Sebentar. Definition paragraph. Ya, tahu nggak definition paragraph di sini mencakup apa saja? Karena di sini kan sudah dijelaskan objeknya tadi, kontennya ya, dan itu positivisnya udah bagus. Nah, coba di sini time when-nya, the extra information and the necessary information. Ya, berarti kalau ekstra itu dia lebih ke informasi yang sangat ekstra, yang sangat important ya. Nah, di sini this is film was long, ya, and then apa ya? We saw it less, bukan it less ya, sorry. We saw it less, last week, sorry. Ya. Nah, di sini ada kalimat which, ada that. Ya. Which dan that. Nah, oleh karena itu saudara harus menjelaskan dan mengerti juga clausesnya, adjective clausesnya. Ya, and adjective kalimat sifatnya, use, who, which, and when, relative pronouns, kata pengganti relatifnya. Ya, ini bagus sekali. Nah, object pronouns who, which, and that. Mana yang harus penggantinya, who, siapa, which, yang mana, and that. Ya. Berarti ini masuk dalam people, things-nya. Extra information, who, siapa, nah, orangnya, who use for people, gitu misalkan. Yaitu orang tersebut, gitu ya, things, ya, which that. Nah, itu extra information dan necessary yang tadi dibacakan Nah, itu saya tadi tuh agak bingung, ternyata begitu saya pelajari, oh iya, ternyata di sini siapa yang dijadikan subjeknya ya. Nah, ada he was. Ya, dia. Berarti ini lampau kejadiannya, lampau. Ya. Who was? Siapa? Karena kenapa dikatakan lampau? Karena was. To be-nya itu was. Ya, past tense ini jatuhnya. Ya. Oke. Bagus, saya kira presentasi hari ini sangat bagus sekali. Ya, terima kasih. Maybe question. Mungkin ada yang mau ditanyakan. Silakan. Ada? Kalau tidak ada, saya kira cukup ya. Saya pikir ada. Iya, saya pikir ada revisi PPT tadi di halaman tadi, ternyata tidak ada. Bagus. Nanti kalau ada revisi, memang saya harus hari itu juga saya beritahu revisi ini ada yang salah, ya. Tapi ini alhamdulillah bagus. Makanya saya tadi suruh baca berulang-ulang, ya. Oke, good job ya. Saya kira demikian. Terima kasih. Thank you for your attention. Say together, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillahirobbilalamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Jangan lupa.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ya, jangan lupa link YouTube-nya ya. Ditunggu.